Welcome back to Stars Craft Designs. Today I'll show you step by step how to thread a sewing machine. No confusion, no stress, just simple and clear instructions. Now, if you've ever stared at your sewing machine wondering where the thread even goes, you're not alone. But don't worry, in this video we'll walk through each part together nice and slow, and by the end you'll feel confident every time you sit down to sew. Whether you just unboxed your machine for the first time or you've been sewing a bit but still feel unsure about the threading process, this video is for you. I'll also share a few helpful tips that can save you from common threading mistakes that beginners often run into. So grab your machine, your thread, and let's thread the machine together, step by step, one piece at a time. What you'll need. Before we start, make sure you have your sewing machine, a spool of thread, a bobbin, and scissors. First, we'll plug the power cord that has a plug and foot pedal combined to the back of the machine, then into a nearby outlet. Turn on the power and light switch. Step 1. Wind the bobbin. Place your spool of thread on the spool pin. Secure the thread with a spool cap. Pull the thread across the top and hook it around the upper thread guide and also the bobbin thread guide. Take the end of the thread and poke it through the small hole in the bobbin from the inside out. Place the bobbin on the bobbin winding spindle and push it to the right to lock it in place. Hold the thread tail, press the foot pedal or start button, and the bobbin will begin winding. Once it's full, cut the thread and remove the bobbin. Troubleshooting tips. Bobbin thread looks loose or uneven. Rewind the bobbin at a steady speed. Uneven winding can cause stitching issues. Bobbin won't spin or wind. Make sure the bobbin winder is pushed fully to the right and the presser foot is lifted. Bobbin spins but doesn't take up thread. Be sure you're using the correct bobbin for your machine model. Using the wrong size or type can prevent the thread from catching or winding properly. Step 2. Place the bobbin. Now let's put the bobbin in the machine. For top loading machines, open the bobbin cover near the needle plate. Drop the bobbin in so that the thread goes counterclockwise. Pull the thread through the groove and out the side. Close the cover. For front loading machines, open the bobbin case door. Place the bobbin inside the bobbin case. Pull the thread through the slit and under the tension spring. Insert the bobbin case back into the machine while holding the flap outwards towards you. Troubleshooting tip. Bobbin won't fit in the case. Make sure you're using the correct bobbin size for your sewing machine model. Step 3. Thread the top of the machine. Be sure to thread the machine with the presser foot lifted. This opens the tension disc to make sure the thread is positioned properly. Place your spool of thread on the spool pin. Pull the thread across the thread guide. This might look like a hook or small metal loop. Bring the thread down the front of the machine through the thread channel. It's usually a big groove. Go around the bottom and back up the second groove on the other side. You'll be making a big U-turn. Bring the thread back down toward the needle. Step 4. Thread the needle. Now for the final threading step. Make sure the needle is in the highest position. You can turn the hand wheel towards you to do this. Pull the thread down and slide it behind any small hooks near the needle. These are for keeping the thread steady. Thread the needle from front to back. Pull about 4 to 6 inches of thread through the needle. Troubleshooting tip. Having trouble getting the thread through the eye? Cut the thread in at a sharp angle and slightly moisten it. This helps it pass through more easily. Step 5. Pull up the bobbin thread. We need to bring the bobbin thread up to the top. Hold the top thread with your left hand. With your right hand, turn the hand wheel toward you slowly. The needle will go down and come back up. As it does, it will catch the bobbin thread and pull up a loop. Grab that loop and pull it out gently. Now you have both threads on top. Pull both threads to the back under the presser foot. Troubleshooting tip. Bobbin thread not pulling up? Make sure the bobbin thread tail is at least 3 to 4 inches long and the needle is threaded correctly. You did it! You've officially threaded your sewing machine. Great job! Now you're ready to start stitching your next beautiful project. Bonus tip. If anything doesn't look or sound right when you sew, stop and rethread both the top thread and the bobbin. It solves most problems. Sewing fact. Before machines, all clothes were sewn completely by hand, no shortcuts. Here are some of my mistakes / bloopers. The fact that you're here learning and showing up for yourself already puts you far ahead of where you started and closer to where you're meant to be. Not everyone takes that first step, and you did. That's how progress happens, and that's worth celebrating. Before you go, if you've ever stood in a fabric store feeling totally confused about which fabric to choose, you're not alone. In my next video, I'll be breaking down different fabric types like cotton, linen, polyester, and more in simple terms. So if you're ready to start choosing fabrics with confidence, make sure you don't miss it. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss what's coming next. When you don't feel ready, do it anyway. Growth begins where comfort ends. You don't need the whole picture to take the next step. Every day you try is the day you didn't quit. You don't need all the answers to begin, just the courage to start.